Have you ever finished a sales call and thought, they loved the call, they liked my offer, but they still did not buy? Then they tell you, I need to think about it, or I'll get back to you, or my favorite, it's just not the right time. Most founders hear that and think, I need to get better at handling objection. I don't think that's the real problem. In fact, I believe most founders lose the sale in the first 10 minutes of the conversation, not when they present, not when they mention the price, not during objection handling. First 10 minutes. Today, I'll show you exactly why, and if you stay until the end, I'll give you one simple framework that will completely change the way you run your sales calls right now. I've been in sales for over 10 years. I've sold coaching, business opportunities, health offers. I've sold deals from $1,000 to $50,000. And after listening to hundreds of sales calls, one thing became very obvious. The best closers don't have better closing techniques. They build better conversations. That's the difference. Most founders spend weeks improving their pitch. Very few spend time improving what happens before the pitch. And that's exactly where deals are won or lost. Let me tell you a story. A while ago, I reviewed a sales call for a founder. After the call, he looked frustrated. He said, I don't get it. The prospect loved everything, but when I presented my offer, they said they wanted to think about it. So we listened to the recording together. His presentation was actually good. His offer was clear. His price wasn't crazy either. Nothing was wrong with this pitch. The problem started 20 minutes before the pitch. He never really understood the prospect. He never helped them understand their own problem. He never made them feel the cost of staying where they were. So when the offer came, there was not enough reason to change. That was the real problem. And honestly, I see this every single week. Here's the mistake. Most founders think sales happen when they present. I don't. I think sales happen during the conversation before the presentation. Think about building a house, or think about going to the doctor and they prescribe you a medication without even asking you what problems you have. And if you really feel like that, the foundation is already weak. You don't even know that what they're talking about. That's why even if your presentation is perfect, even if your price is fair, even if your offer is amazing, everything that comes after becomes weak. That's your call structure or call architecture. Every good sales call has a structure. Ignore the structure and you will keep blaming the wrong thing. For me, every successful sales call has 4 conversations, not 4 steps, 4 conversations. The first is trust. The second is future. The third is friction. The fourth is commitment. Today, I want to focus on the first one because if you get this wrong, nothing else matters. So we're going to talk about number 1, trust. Most people think trust means building rapport, talking about football, talking about the weather, asking where someone lives. That's not trust. Trust is when someone feels comfortable telling you the truth. People share their personal life with you. That's it. Think about your closest friend. Why do you trust them? Because they know your favorite color? No, because you actually tell them what's really going on. That's exactly what your prospect needs to feel. Your job is not to impress them. Your job is to understand them. There's a huge difference. Here's what I hear on a lot of sales calls. So tell me about your business. It's going well. Great. What are your goals? And they say, I want to grow. Awesome. That is not a sales conversation. That's two people exchanging polite answer. Instead, slow down, ask better questions. Questions like, why is that goal important to you? What's stopping you from getting there today? What happens if nothing changes over the next couple months? Now the conversation becomes real. Now people stop giving rehearsed answers because they gave the same answers to other people too. Now they're thinking, that's where sales begin. Here's something I want you to remember. People don't buy because you explain your offer well. People buy because they clearly understand your problem. Those are two completely different things. If someone doesn't believe they have a serious problem, no presentation will fix that. No discount will fix that. The no objection handling technique or any script will fix that. That's why the first part of every sales calls matters so much. You're not preparing for your presentation. You're preparing the buyer to make a confident decision. Here's a simple challenge for you. Record your next sales call. Don't listen to the whole thing. Only listen to the first 10 minutes. And then ask yourself these 3 questions. Did I build trust? Did I understand what they really wanted? Did I understand what was stopping them? If the answer is no, you probably didn't lose the deal at the end. You lost it at the beginning. That's why I always say most founders don't lose deals because they cannot close. They lose deals because they never built the right conversation in the first place. If this video helped you think differently about sales, subscribe.